Go to the ellipse tool in Illustrator, select that, and then go up here and you've got all the options for fill, and I'm going to go with nothing. I don't want anything there, so you can just set it just by clicking there, set in the black and also 6.48. So if I draw it now, hold down the shift, you get that design. But also I can go and apply effects to it. So with this, I can go, and these are live, so they're live effects until you expand, of course. So effect menu, go down to distort and transform, I'm just going to go for 90. You don't maybe go for 95, perfectly reasonable as well. You can see now only one there. All it's just done is just transformed that one, scaled it. But you've got copies here, just down here at the bottom, and that generates lots of additional sort of instances that you can use. So I'm just going to put 10. 10's reasonable. Now there's an option here, scale, stroke. You might want to keep that on. So you've got that, or if it's not on, click it, make certain it is on, because you get a nice thin line. I think that looks nicer than having it thick all the way through down to the centre. And of course, you could turn around and say, well, I want more than 10. You could do 20. I think at some point it just looks a bit too crunched up. But I'm going to click OK. Now you've got Appearance Panel. The Appearance Panel, you can find that in the Window menu, Appearance Panel. And you've got here, you can notice you've got this object selected, this object. You can, or pass as it says there, but it's an object. You've got the stroke, 6, tells you that. Fill, nothing. Transform, and it shows you the effect. And you can always remove it. So you can always deselect it at any point just by clicking there or just deleting it. I don't want to delete it, but I just want to show you, you can just remove it. But you can also apply other effects as well. You don't have to have more, 1, 2, 3. You can have 20 or 30, depending on your machine, I guess. So effect, distort and transform. And this one I'm going to go for is zigzag. Zigzag's a great one because it creates this. Now, unfortunately, there's no way of storing a presets, or because it always goes to this one. And this is one I never use, I must admit. It's okay. It's a nice star design. Fine. However, what I want is the smooth. And you can change the number there. You can create even more interesting star designs. But it's not what I want. I want smooth. And you can modify that, and you can see. Now I'm going to keep it fairly low because I want it just a sort of wavy thing. I don't want it super intense. So wavy design, and also 43 there. And I could increase it, and you can see as you increase it, you just push it too far, it doesn't look so good. So I think that's about what I want. But you can try it out, and you've got the preview here. Click OK. At this point, well, it's live. You could finish at this point if that's what you want. But what you can also do is you can expand it. So you go to Object. However, Expand's not available. This time, Expand Appearance. If you've got any live effects, etc., and other things associated, Appearance is always used instead. Experience may be not so useful. However, Object Expand is now available there. So if you want to expand that, you can expand that as well. You can go further. Why you can't combine Expand and Appearance, I don't know. But it would be nice if it could do both. Fill and stroke, and you get now solid fill. All those are solid fills instead of strokes anymore. So the stroke's gone, and you've just got, and you can see that up here. You got that. However, at this point, if I select it, it's still one all group. You can expand out by using here layers. Layers is a useful panel, window and layers. And you can expand it out, and you can see you get the groups. I wish they wouldn't do that. Look at that group structure. So complicated. Compound path. Really? Could have made it much easier just to have them all in one place, but that's the way they've gone for. But it does mean you can select them individually. Just go over there and select, and you can see you select it there. Or you can, of course, double click the object, and you can go in and you can see now you've got here. You can selection tool, you can select the individual ones, and you can change the colour of a fill. So there's the fill change there. Maybe you go for blue and so on. So you could create a nice sort of blue, red, black, green, sort of wavy design like that. I don't want that, but I just wanted to show you, you can change the fill colour as well. And also, of course, you can add a stroke now. You've got an actual stroke there. So you can actually go to there with the blue selected, that one. You can turn around and say, you know what, I want it black and I want stroke there, maybe 4 point. And you can see you can create that, which is not, of course, brilliant. Maybe 1 point. Yeah, 1 point is probably better. And you could do a whole range of different things. So I'm just going to come out of there. So with that selected, again, personally, I always just go to Object and Ungroup. Ungroup, it's ungrouped now, it means I can select the individual ones. Now, if you're moving things around, you might not want to ungroup. It's up to you. However, what you can do, I'm going to put that to black again, and I'm going to put that one to black again. Because what I want to do, I want to fill these gaps. These gaps is obviously it's going through looking at the artboard. It's not, there's nothing there at this present. So what you need to do is just, I'm going to select them all. Select every single one of them. All of them are now selected. You can see they're all being selected because that blue, little blue that's around it, very fine blue, but you can see that selected. And then you can go over here. And I love the good old live paint bucket. Good old live paint bucket. And you can see when you hover over, you can hover over now and you can click on that. But at the moment you can see it's set to black. If I just drag that out a bit, you can see you've got white, black and red on that cursor. And you can use the arrow keys, the left, right arrow keys. And you can run, and as you do that, you can see the colours change in the actual tools as well. So now I've got blue. I can click on there and it's blue and click on the next one. Now what you can also do is you can see swatches. That's what it does. It runs through the swatches. You could set up obviously different colours and run through those. So you might have a load of greens, 5 or 6, 10 greens, which you run through and click each time so you get a variety of greens. Or go through this and click there. And you see every time I hover over there, you can just see now it highlights it. Just highlights that. So you know you can now enter the colour. You can just enter any colour. Click there again, go to that one, run through again. Just I'm using again the arrow keys, going backwards and forwards, and click there. Ooh. Now if you do an accident, which I just done, make same colour, didn't want to do that, click there. Of course, there's only a limited amount of colours. I go into, eventually I get to the gradients. And you can always click again. So you can always click there again. You got there, I'm just going to undo. It's a bit too fine sometimes. Sometimes what you need to do is, I always find, is just quickly go obviously there, because otherwise you just can't do it. You think you can, then you just can't. And again, just make sense, selected there, and again, run through the colours and click another one. Click there, and click there, and, or maybe not. Didn't want the grading, but you can see what it's doing. It's just running through all the swatches, and you can see, you can create that design, and you've got your nice, colourful design that way. What you can then do also, because of course it's now a live paint, you need to expand it. So you've got this design, but you can go to expand, and that's it. And then you of course can work with it again. Just do various things, go to object, ungroup, manipulate it even further if you want to do that. But there you are, nice, colourful, rippled design very quickly from just a basic circle. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.